Eugen Weidmann was born in Frankfurt am Main, Germany, into a businessman's family. After the outbreak of World War, he lived with his grandparents, where he began stealing for the first time. To avoid military service, Weidmann moved to Paris and then to Canada. There he was arrested for robbery, spent a year in prison, and was subsequently deported back to Germany. In Germany, he continued to have trouble with the law. He served 5 years in prison for robbery, where he met Roger Million and Jean Blanc, who would become his accomplices. After their release, the three men decided to work together. They targeted wealthy tourists in France for ransom and rented a villa in St. Cloud, near Paris. In July 1937, Weidmann met Jean de Coven, an American dancer. During a date at the villa, she photographed him. The camera was later found near her body. Weidmann strangled Jean and buried her in the villa's garden. The kidnappers took her money, $430 and 300 francs in traveler's checks, and gave it to Million's lover, Colette Tricot. On September 1, 1937, Weidmann hired a driver, Joseph Coffey, and shot him in the back of the head in the woods outside Tours. He took 2,500 francs. On September 3, together with Million, Weidmann lured nurse Janine Keller into a forest cave in Fontainebleau. She was shot in the back of the head, and the criminals took 1,400 francs in cash and a diamond ring. On October 16, they met young theater producer Roger Leblond under the pretext of financing his new show. He was also shot and robbed of 5,000 francs. On November 22, Weidmann killed a former prison acquaintance, Fritz Frommer, and buried him in the villa's garden. 5 days later, he killed real estate agent Raymond Lesaber, who was showing the villa to a wealthy client, gaining another 5,000 francs. The murder of Lesaber became the last. Police tracked Weidmann through a business card he left in Lesaber's office. Upon returning home, Weidmann tried to shoot 2 officers, but their injuries were minor. The police managed to subdue and arrest him. Weidmann confessed to all his crimes. The court sentenced him and Million to death. Jean Blanc received 20 months in prison, and Colette Tricot was acquitted. On June 16, French President Albert Lebrun denied Weidmann's request for clemency. Million's death sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. On June 17, 1939, Eugen Weidmann was executed by guillotine at the Saint-Pierre prison square in Versailles. The execution was delayed by 45 minutes due to assembly problems with the guillotine. Spectators had gathered from the evening, and local cafes ran out of alcohol. After this execution, the French president banned public executions, arguing that they encouraged base instincts rather than deterring crime.